Warning, 4 financial scams targeting seniors right now. The phone call that changed everything. The phone rang at 2:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Martha had just finished her lunch, settling into her favorite armchair with a cup of tea. The voice on the other end was professional, concerned, urgent. "Mrs. Henderson, this is Agent Collins from Medicare Fraud Prevention. We've detected suspicious activity on your account that requires immediate verification." Martha's heart skipped. She was 78, living alone since Harold passed 2 years ago. The last thing she needed was Medicare problems. 20 minutes later, she'd given them her social security number, Medicare ID, and bank routing information for verification purposes. It wasn't until her daughter called that evening that Martha realized the truth. She'd just become the latest victim of a scam specifically designed to target people exactly like her. What if the greatest threat to your retirement security isn't market crashes or inflation, but the predators who've made targeting seniors their full-time profession? Before we dive into these critical warnings, tell me, are you watching this alone, or do you have family nearby? Either way, you're part of our community now. We protect each other here. You're not alone in this fight. Why seniors are prime targets. Martha wasn't naive. She'd raised 4 children, managed a household budget for 50 years, and helped her late husband run a successful small business. She was smart, cautious, and careful with money. So why did she fall for a scam? I keep asking myself that, Martha told her neighbor Eleanor during their morning coffee 3 weeks later. I'm not stupid, I'm not gullible, but somehow... Eleanor leaned forward, her voice gentle but firm. Martha, it wasn't about intelligence. These people are professionals. They study us. They know exactly what buttons to push. That conversation led Eleanor to research something that shocked her. Seniors lose over $3 billion annually to financial scams. Not because they're less intelligent, but because scammers have perfected techniques specifically designed to exploit the unique circumstances of retirement-age adults. The perfect storm, targeting you, trust from a different era. You grew up when business was done with handshakes and people's word meant something. Isolation vulnerabilities, living alone, limited daily social contact, eager for human connection. Financial visibility. Scammers know seniors typically have savings, home equity, and regular income. Technology gaps, unfamiliarity with digital warning signs and verification methods, urgency exploitation, health concerns, family worries, and limited time create pressure to act quickly. But here's what scammers don't want you to know. Once you understand their playbook, you become nearly impossible to fool. Scam number 1, the Medicare Social Security emergency. The setup. The call comes from Agent Rodriguez at Social Security Administration. Your benefits are being suspended due to suspicious activity. You need to verify your information immediately to prevent account freezure. Martha's experience. He knew my full name, my address, even that I was a widow, Martha recalled. He said someone in Texas was using my social security number to open bank accounts. He made it sound like I was the victim, and he was trying to help me. The hook, why it works, authority impersonation, official-sounding titles and agency names, fear creation, threat of losing essential benefits, time pressure, must act now or lose everything. Information validation. They know some real details about you, making them seem legitimate. Helpful positioning. They're protecting you from other criminals. The steal. To secure your account, I need to verify your social security number, date of birth, and the bank account where your benefits are deposited. This will create a temporary hold to protect your funds. Real-world damage. Martha's case, $4,200 stolen directly from her checking account within 48 hours. But the real damage was deeper. Her confidence, her sense of security, her trust in her own judgment. How to spot this scam. Government agencies never call demanding immediate information. They never ask for social security numbers, bank details, or passwords over the phone. Real agencies communicate through official mail first. Legitimate representatives encourage you to hang up and call back through official numbers. Eleanor's response strategy. The moment someone calls claiming to be from any government agency demanding immediate action, I say, "Thank you for calling. Please provide me with your name, badge number, and direct phone line. I'll verify this with your agency and call you back within the hour." Real agents welcome this. Scammers hang up immediately. Scam number 2, the grandchild emergency. The setup, it's 11 p.m. Your phone rings. A crying voice says, "Grandma, I'm in trouble. I've been arrested and I need bail money. Please don't tell Mom and Dad. I'm so embarrassed. Can you wire money tonight?" Robert's story. Robert Thompson, 82, received this exact call about his grandson, Jake. The voice sounded different. "I have a cold, Grandpa, and I've been crying." But the details were right. Jake was in college, 3 states away. He was studying pre-med, just like the caller said. He knew Jake's middle name, knew he was pre-med, knew he'd been having some trouble with his girlfriend, Robert explained to the police later. How could they know all that without it being real? The hook, social engineering, emotion over logic. Panic and protective instincts override careful thinking. Privacy request, don't tell anyone, prevents verification. Time pressure. I need bail money tonight or I'll be in jail for days. Shame exploitation. I'm so embarrassed, explains voice differences and creates urgency. Social media intelligence, information gathered from Facebook, Instagram, and public records. The steal. Grandpa, I need $3,500 for bail. My lawyer says if you wire it to this location, I can be released tonight. I'll pay you back as soon as I get out, I promise. Real-world damage. Robert wired $3,500 to a Western Union location in Florida. He discovered the scam the next morning when his daughter called to wish Jake happy birthday and mentioned Jake was currently in class at his college in Ohio. How to spot this scam? Ask specific questions only the real person would know. What's the name of your childhood dog? Or, what did we do for your 16th birthday? Hang up and call the person directly. Use a number you have independently, not one they provide. Contact other family members. Real emergencies involve multiple people. Verify through social media. Check recent posts and activity. Eleanor's family protection system. We have a family code word, pineapple. Anyone calling with an emergency has to use it. We all know, no pineapple, no money, no matter how convincing the story sounds. What's your family's emergency code word? If you don't have one, create it today. Scam number 3, the romance deception. The setup. After Harold's death, Martha joined an online senior dating site. David seemed perfect. A widowed engineer from nearby, shared her love of gardening, sent thoughtful messages daily for 3 months. Then his emergency began. The slow build. It wasn't immediate, Martha explained. David spent months building trust. We talked about our late spouses, our children, our dreams for the future. He sent photos, shared stories that seemed so real. Month 1, getting to know each other, sharing life stories. Month 2, daily messages, phone calls, deepening emotional connection. Month 3, I love you, and talk of meeting in person. Month 4, the crisis begins. The hook, emotional manipulation, patience, investment. Months of relationship building create genuine emotional attachment. Shared experiences, stories of loss, loneliness, and hope create deep connection. Future promises, plans to meet, travel together, even marriage discussions. Photo authenticity, stolen images from real people create visual connection. Consistency, daily contact, builds routine and dependency. The steal. Martha, my love, I'm devastated. My son was in a car accident in Malaysia where I'm working on a project. He needs emergency surgery, but they won't operate until I pay $8,000 up front. I've exhausted my emergency funds on this project. Could you help me save my son's life? I'll repay you the moment I return to the States next month. Real-world damage. Martha sent $8,000 via wire transfer. Then came the complications. More money needed for medical equipment, legal fees, travel expenses. By the time Martha realized the truth, she'd lost $23,000, and more devastatingly, her trust in love and companionship. How to spot this scam? They avoid meeting in person, always have excuses, traveling, working overseas, family emergencies. They ask for money. Real relationships don't involve financial requests from strangers. Their photos seem too perfect. Reverse image search reveals stolen photos. Stories don't add up. Details change or contradict over time. They rush emotional intimacy. I love you comes unusually quickly. Eleanor's dating safety rules. Never send money to someone you've never met in person. Never. Real love can wait for verification. Desperation can't. If someone truly loves you, they'll understand your need to be cautious with your financial security. Scam 4. The investment opportunity. The setup. The caller introduced himself as Marcus Webb from Premier Senior Investment Solutions. He'd seen Robert's name as a successful retiree and wanted to offer an exclusive opportunity, a government-backed investment returning 12% annually with no risk. The professional presentation. This wasn't some obvious get-rich-quick scheme, Robert later explained. Marcus sent professional brochures, had a website, knew my financial situation. He explained that seniors with my profile could access special treasury programs not available to younger investors. The hook, sophistication meets desperation. Professional materials, glossy brochures, official-looking websites, fake credentials, exclusive positioning, special programs for qualified seniors only, authority references, mentions of government backing, FDIC insurance, SEC compliance, social proof, stories of other satisfied senior investors, urgency with reason, limited time offers due to government quota restrictions. The steal: to secure your position in this exclusive program, we need a minimum investment of $25,000. This can be transferred directly from your existing retirement account to avoid tax penalties. My assistant will handle all the paperwork. Real-world damage. Robert invested his entire $47,000 emergency fund. The investment disappeared within a month. The website vanished. Marcus Webb never existed. Robert's financial security, built over a lifetime of careful saving, was gone. How to spot this scam? Guaranteed high returns. Real investments carry risk. Guarantees are red flags. Pressure to decide quickly. Legitimate investments allow time for research and consultation. Requests for direct account access. Never give account information to unsolicited callers, unregistered advisors. Check credentials through FINRA broker check. Too good to be true. If it sounds impossible, it probably is. Eleanor's Investment Protection Protocol. Any investment opportunity that comes through unsolicited contact gets this response. Send me all materials in writing. I'll review with my financial advisor and get back to you in 2 weeks. Real opportunities wait. Scams disappear. Your financial security took decades to build. Don't risk it on pressure decisions. The psychology behind the targeting. Why us? Martha asked during one of their coffee conversations. Why do they focus so much energy on targeting seniors? Eleanor had researched this question extensively after Martha's experience. The answer was both heartbreaking and empowering. The scammer's senior profile, financial visibility, property ownership, regular income, and accumulated savings make seniors attractive targets. Isolation, vulnerability, limited daily social interaction creates hunger for connection and conversation. Politeness conditioning. Raised in an era where hanging up was considered rude, authority respect grew up trusting institutions, officials, and professional-sounding people. Technology gap. Less familiar with digital verification tools and online warning signs. Health anxiety, concerns about Medicare, medical costs, and family emergencies create emotional vulnerability. But here's what scammers underestimate: your life experience, your network of relationships, and your hard-earned wisdom. Once you understand their tactics, you become their worst nightmare. An informed, connected, and cautious target who warns others. The most powerful anti-scam weapon, a senior who knows the tricks and shares them with others. Your protection system. The Eleanor Protocol. 5 universal rules. Rule number 1, the 24-hour rule. Any request for money, personal information, or immediate action gets a mandatory 24-hour delay. I sleep on it, research it, and discuss it with family or friends before responding. Rule number 2, the independent verification rule. I never use contact information provided by the caller. I look up official numbers independently and call back through verified channels. Rule number 3, the information protection rule. I never give social security numbers, bank information, or passwords over the phone, regardless of who claims to be calling. Legitimate organizations have this information already or can verify identity through other means. Rule number 4, the pressure test. Anyone who won't let me take time to think, research, or consult others is automatically suspect. Legitimate offers and real emergencies allow for verification. Rule number 5, the community shield. I discuss all significant financial decisions with trusted family members or friends. Fresh eyes catch things I might miss. Technology tools for protection, call blocking, register with National Do Not Call Registry, use phone company call blocking services, install apps like RoboKiller or Hire, never answer calls from unknown numbers, let them leave voicemail. Online safety. Use strong, unique passwords for all accounts. Enable two-factor authentication where available. Regularly monitor bank and credit card statements. Freeze your credit reports with all 3 bureaus. Verification resources. FINRA, broker check for investment advisor credentials. Better Business Bureau for company verification. Government agency official websites for contact information. Reverse image search for online dating photos. What to do if you've been targeted. If you gave information but no money, immediate actions. 1. Contact your bank, alert them to potential fraud, consider changing account numbers. 2. Monitor all accounts. Check for unauthorized activity daily for the next 30 days. 3. Credit freeze. Place fraud alerts or freezes on your credit reports. 4. Change passwords. Update all financial and important account passwords. 5. Document everything. Keep records of all communications and actions taken. If you lost money, first 48 hours, 1. Report to police. File an official report for documentation. 2. Contact your bank. They may be able to reverse wire transfers or stop payments. 3. Report to FBI. Use the Internet Crime Complaint Center, ic3.gov. 4. FTC report. File a complaint at reportfraud.ftc.gov. 5. Attorney General. Report to your state's Consumer Protection Office. Ongoing recovery. Work with victim assistance programs. Consider credit counseling if financial recovery is needed. Join support groups. You're not alone in this experience. Share your story to help protect others. Emotional recovery. Martha's advice. The shame was worse than the financial loss, but I learned that shame belongs to the criminals, not the victims. Sharing my story has helped 5 other people avoid similar scams. That's worth something. Your experience, even if painful, can become someone else's protection. The ripple effect of protection. 6 months after Martha's scam experience, she'd become something she never expected, a fraud prevention advocate. "I speak at senior centers now," she told Eleanor over their regular coffee. "Not because I'm proud of being scammed, but because my story helps people recognize the signs. Last week, a woman told me she hung up on a Medicare call after remembering my experience." Eleanor nodded. "That's 5 people you've protected. That's 15 families who won't go through what you went through." Their informal fraud awareness conversations had grown into a structured community program. They partnered with local banks, police departments, and senior centers to share education about scam prevention. The community impact: 200+ seniors attended their workshops in the first year. Local reported fraud attempts decreased by 30%. 3 major scam operations were reported to authorities based on community intelligence. A network of fraud watchers emerged, neighbors checking on neighbors. "The beautiful thing," Eleanor reflected, "is that protecting ourselves protects everyone. Scammers move on when communities become too smart and too connected for their tactics to work. Your awareness today becomes your neighbor's protection tomorrow." Your next steps. This week, take action. 1. Share this information. Send it to 3 people in your life who need these warnings. 2. Create your protection system. Establish your 24-hour rule and verification protocols. 3. Update your technology. Enable call blocking and account security features. 4. Have the conversation. Talk with family about emergency procedures and code words. 5. Trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, it probably is. Remember Martha's hard-learned wisdom. They count on us being isolated, ashamed and silent. When we're informed, connected and vocal, we become their worst nightmare. If you suspect you're being targeted right now, hang up. You don't owe anyone your time or information. Don't engage. Arguing or asking questions gives them more information to use against you. Verify independently. Use official contact methods to check on any claimed issues. Report immediately. Help authorities track and stop these operations. The bottom line: your financial security, built over a lifetime of hard work, is worth protecting. Your caution isn't paranoia, it's wisdom. Your skepticism isn't rudeness, it's intelligence. These scammers are professionals, but now you know their playbook. They count on targeting isolated seniors who don't share information with others. But you're not isolated. You're part of a community that looks out for each other. You're still here. You're still smart. You're still protected. Drop a comment if this helped you, or if you have a scam experience to share. Our community is stronger when we share our knowledge and watch out for each other. Because the most powerful scam protection isn't technology. It's a community that cares enough to warn each other. Subscribe for more protection strategies, and remember, it's not about living in fear, it's about living informed.